Well, come on in since you're already here. Time now for Creepy Cheapies, art lovers, where we take a look at the best in the fine art of monster masks and monster design. And today's horrifying beast, well, it's one of those monsters that is considered a cryptid. And of course, everybody knows there's no such thing. Everybody knows that. The only reports of such a thing were completely false and were not necessarily lies, but were made by impressionable humans who had seen movies like Species and seen Sill in there. And the real explanation for the crimes attributed to the fictional monster is, of course, mangy and or rabid dogs and coyotes, and there's no such thing. So everybody just relax and remember there's no such thing. Yes, I told them. You heard me, didn't you? No such thing as today's monster, which is the Chupacabra. Now, the Chupacabra has been seen in South America and even parts of the United States, but again, the Chupacabra, oh, it's no good. They're not buying it. They're not going to buy it. No, in the first place, nobody knows that word. Nobody knows your pronunciation. I'm going to have to go back to saying it the old-fashioned way, or else I'm just going to look silly and they won't understand who you really are. I'm sorry. I tried to go along with you. Okay, I'll start again. It's the Chupacabra, also known as the Chupacabras with the S on the end, but that doesn't necessarily represent the pluralized form of Chupacabra or Chupacabra, as in more than one of them. Sometimes it has the S on the end, okay? And look at this guy. Now, he wants me to stress that he has not done anything illegal or anything that should cause people to want to hunt him down or come after him, and nobody should even be mad at him or anything like that. You hear? I told him. Okay. You happy? Good. Okay. Now, this particular Chupacabra mask, and actually the Chupacabra is such a well-known folklore monster today, it's kind of surprising there haven't been a ton of masks called Chupacabra, I know, or Chupacabra. Like this guy. This particular one came out in the year 2025. Wow, can you even remember back that far? I know I can't. 2025 from the creeps at Ghoulish Productions. Yeah, I said from Ghoulish Productions. Much better. Now, this particular Chupacabra came along at a good time because there weren't any masks called Chupacabra. Now, there was a Chupacabra figure I remember a few years back, and a couple of other masks inspired by this 2025 creation from Ghoulish, I would have to say, nails it the best because it has some of the attributes which are normally attributed to the Chupacabra, which is these spiky things, and it has a slight resemblance to an alien, maybe like my dear old girlfriend Sill from Species, who was one of the influences that supposedly caused people to think they had seen a monster. Now, he says, why are you so bent on having me tell everybody there's no such thing as you? They can see you in my hand. Yeah. Oh, everybody's always mad at you. He says people are always blaming him for things, and he wants to put a stop to that. He says when you get to know him, he's really not a bad guy at all. And are you in fact from another planet? But no? Okay. He is not from another planet, he says. He is merely, wait, are you demonic? Are you from the underworld of devils? And no? Okay. He is also not a demon. He is, well, what the heck are you? What the heck am I? Touché. Anyway, the Chupacabra mask is a very, very nice mask, with, as you can see, a very nice paint job. But I do have to go off on a small tangent here and tell you a little bit of bad news. Have to give you a caveat. No, I'm not blaming you. It's not your fault. Very sensitive, the Chupacabra, and insists nobody believe in him. Okay, so don't, because he says not to. Anyway, I have to report a little bit of bad news about this particular mask. If you order masks online, which is to say, if you order masks, you know, since you can't walk into a store for the most part and handle the masks and hold them and go, I don't like this one, I like this one, here, I want that one. Those were the good old days. Today, we mostly get things online and then they come in the mail. Well, there are a couple of different ways to mail things, okay? And I realize it's impossible for anybody to keep up with modern technology because things are being invented and changed and developed all the time, and nobody can keep up with modern day technology. And I know that, and I'm the last one to claim that I am on top of technology, but still, I would like to bring to your attention a very beneficial invention in the world of masks that has helped to put an end to many crimes against humanity. This is something that was invented some time ago. You may not have heard of it, you may have missed it, it didn't make the news, but it was called the cardboard box. Cardboard box. Remember that, okay? It's important. Now, with the invention of the cardboard box, you see masks, not to mention other merchandise, but we're just talking masks here at Creepy Cheapies. Masks could be put inside the cardboard box, which was a three-dimensional, either squared or rectangular, six-sided construct made of a material called cardboard that was not terribly heavy, but it was pretty stiff, pretty rigid. So even if you had to scrunch the mask up a little bit to fit it into a cardboard box, it would probably be okay being mailed. Unfortunately, not all mask sellers have been enlightened as to the development of the cardboard box, and many of them use the pale gray plastic mailing bag that kind of looks like a trash bag. And you almost need to ask the seller that you're buying the mask from, are you going to send the mask in a cardboard box, which is squared, you know, or rectangular? Are you going to send it, or are you going to send it in one of those stupid plastic bags? Because the problem comes down to cheapitude. And I understand everybody is infected with some degree or other of cheapitude, and I understand that, and I understand that businesses are in business to make money, and they have to earn a living, and everybody has to pay the rent and keep the lights on and pay for the candles that they burn. I know that. But you have to keep your cheapitude under control, you see. You have to keep it to a certain level where it doesn't become self-defeating because it causes too much trouble. And when your cheapitude causes you to mail latex masks with large areas of shiny gloss on them, which is to say big eyes or big mouths or any areas that have a lot of shinola going on, chances are you might get some masks sent back to you, and you will at least have unhappy customers because people will have masks with the shiny stuff all broken and cracked and busted off and peeling off, because that stuff doesn't flex as much as latex does. So I did have to do some repairs on this mask. I wouldn't exactly call it customization. I was just trying to make it look like it was supposed to look. I would call it restoration, because this one came to me shipped in the pale gray plastic mailing bag. Yeah, you've been there. And these red eyes, which are gloriously cool looking, if you can get a good look at them, they're nice and dramatic and scary for your Chupacabra. There, I said it your way. And as you can see, they're shiny. Well, this guy was in one of the gray plastic bags, and of course, the eyes were cracked into a bazillion pieces. So I redid the red on there, but that's what it was supposed to look like when it got here. So I didn't actually customize it or add to it. I just tried to fix the red of his eyes. You with me? No, you're not with me. You can't touch me, can you? No, can't touch this. I know. Anyway, the old Chupacabra had smashed eyes, and if they had put him in a cardboard box, he would have been just fine. But since he was mailed in the bag, I had to, redo those eyes. So, if you're buying any mask that has large areas of glossy, shiny finish, again, anything with great big eyes, or great big mouths, or lots of eyes, or like bloody, mangled kind of, anything that's supposed to look wet and give the effect of moisture in a large area, little eyes, little teeth, yeah, it's probably okay. But if they send you a mask and they don't use a cardboard box, and it's one that's got lots of shine on it, it's a good chance of damage. So I'm going to start asking sellers, can you please mail me the mask in a cardboard box and not in a plastic bag, because that's bad for monsters. And one thing you don't want is a guy like this mad at you. You do not want to anger or enrage a Chupacabra, of which there's no such thing. Anyway, sells for around 60 bucks. Great mask, beautiful sculpture. I don't know if you can see the paint. He's kind of a greenish, dull greenish color. Very, very cool, and a very cool monster. And he's cool if you, in addition to collecting masks or Halloween stuff or monster props, he's cool if you collect stuff on monsters of folklore, legendary monsters, or of course, cryptids. And, no, I know you're not from a crypt. No, I know you were never on Tales from the Cryptid. I know. A little touchy, this guy. Yeah, but still, for 50 or 60 bucks, I highly recommend the 2025 Ghoulish Productions Chupacabra mask right here. But ask for it in a cardboard box when they mail it to you. All right? We got anything else to say to these people? We do? What? Oh yeah, okay.